Now I know why you're here. You really like breakfast food. What's up guys? Today's video is going to be all about breakfast. What's up traders? Welcome back to the channel. I appreciate you being here as always. For those of you who are new, my name is Austin Silver. I've been a professional Forex trader for the last 5 years, teaching people my strategies and systems for the last 3. And like I said, I appreciate you being here, joining the team, joining the family. Do me a favor though, before we get into the video, hit the red subscribe button, join us. That way you don't miss any of the trading content that I'm constantly putting out for you and the rest of the trading community. Now, today's video, as you can see from the title above my head, we're going to talk about how you could make $100 to $1,000 per day trading Forex. Specifically, we're first going to talk about how pips convert to dollars. Then I'm going to walk you through recent trades that I've taken before most of you are even eating breakfast. And then I'm going to show you how you can do this too. We're going to talk about your account size, your risk percentage, and a few things like that. So first, let's talk about lot size values just so you understand. As you can see, I built a little table here on the side just so we can reference that as we're going forward. But for those of you that don't already understand, if you're trading a lot size of about 0.01, that's going to be about $10 per pip when you're trading a USD pair. If you're trading a cross-currency pair, as I have noted down here below me, it might vary a little bit depending on your broker. But for the most part, we can use round numbers for this stuff, right? To make the math easy, let's call a 0.01 lot value being about 10 cents per pip. Let's call a 0.1 lot about $1 of value per pip of movement. So then you could understand that 1.0 or a standard lot would be about $10 per pip and 2 standard lots would be $20 and so on from there. Follow me so far? Give me a big thumbs up if you do. Now, next, since we understand the lot size difference, let's talk just about the distance in pips and how that turns into dollars before I show you these examples. So if we're trading a standard lot and it goes about 20 pips on a USD pair, that's normally going to pay us about $200. Same way as if we are trading a standard lot and it goes against us and stops us out for 20 pips, that's going to be a $200 loss. If we're trading 2 standards and it moves, let's just say 16 pips, that's going to be about a $320 win. In the same situation, if you were just trading a smaller lot size at 0.05, that $320 win only pays you $80. So you can see here how I'm going to show you some trades going 18 pips, 9 pips, 24 pips, 37 pips, all these different distances. But depending on the lot size that you're trading, that's going to determine how much money you make or lose in these trade setups that I'm showing you. Me and the rest of our team are easily able to identify almost every single day using our ASFX system. So now you should understand the pip values, you should understand how lots convert to distance and how that turns then into dollars in your pocket so we can move forward to addressing risk. Risk should always be calculated as a percentage of your overall account balance. I don't understand people that try to use a fixed lot size because that's going to be a different risk percentage against your overall account every single time, and that doesn't make sense. You could be risking too much. So what you should be doing is calculating the risk based on a percentage of your overall account. So just keep in mind, I know this is simple math, but I have to remind people for some reason. $2 is 2% of a $100 account. So if you come to me and you want to open a $100 account and copy the trades that I'm about to show you and hit these trades like I'm going to teach you how to hit them, and you're only risking about 2% because you're using a regulated broker and that's all they allow you to do, you're only going to be able to make about $2 if you go 1 for 1 on a $100 account. If you're trading a $1,000 account, same trade, only $20. $5,000 account, you're making $100. So still, in any situation, not life-changing money. So keep that in mind as we're talking about these trades that go 9 pips, 19 pips, 27 pips. You're going to need a larger account to make these pips really be substantial value. But you don't get that larger account if you don't start hitting them now with the smaller account consistently and following that process. So before we get into it, the first trade I'm going to show you is Euro USD from today, actually. It was a great trade this morning, no pain at all, beautiful rip. I want to walk you through the time difference between what you would think, wherever your time zone is. I'm in New York, I'm on the East Coast United States time zone, and this broker time zone that I have here. For some reason, it's GMT +2. So you can see my Euro USD sell entry time today was 12:07. In reality, that 12:07 is actually 5 a.m. New York time. So when we go through these trades and you see some at 13, 14, 15, that's 6, 7, 8 in the morning. I'm showing you these trades today. I chose these winners and losers specifically because I wanted you to see the trades that can happen, like the title of this video, before breakfast. breakfast, before most of you go to work, because I know there's a lot of people that want to get started in trading but have other jobs, have another commitment. This is something that you can do early in the morning before you go to work, or even later at night. I should make another video, part 2 of this, trading after dinner. You know what I mean? You can do this later at night. You can make this work because the Forex market is open 24 hours a day, 5 days a week. So now, here's the photo of my Euro USD trade. This, like I said to you already, I was in this at 5:07 this morning, well into profit by the time we moved into 6, 7, 8 o'clock in the morning. And this thing continued to fall as the day went on. So a really nice trade here, hitting it before breakfast. Here's another example. This is Euro AUD going back into last week on the 25th. This was a trade that I entered at 13:35. So that'd be about 6 a.m., 6:30. Again, before most people are eating breakfast. As you can see in the photo, I'm up 18 pips there. The P&L at the bottom here, you can see I pulled 28 pips from the best position. Just a really nice trade. Again, before most people are eating their pancakes. This is another trade on NZD CAD going back a little bit further now to September 12th. You can see the time here is 14:18. So that's about 7:20, 7:15, right in between there in the morning. Really, this was a trade that I was up late for, I'll be honest. I got up at like 6:30 this day, showed up, did my analysis, went through my process, and still found a trade. So I slept in a little bit because I was busy the night before. I gave myself some rest, but because I was following the process, I was still able to find a good trade here. And again, it's before breakfast. I'm going to keep harping on that because I want you guys to really understand you can do this part-time. You can just do this as you're, getting ready for work. Right before you get ready for work, you can look to place these trades and start to hit them and grow your small account. This is EuroCAD back on 9/11 at 11:18 in the morning. So that would be about 4:15, 4:18 in the morning. This broke out, and then you can see this is an hour chart. It was 4 a.m. to 5 a.m., 6 a.m., 7 a.m. Just boom, boom, boom. I was up 42 pips at the time of this position, the time of this photo, and I got 43 pips a little bit further when I finally closed the trade. So again, earlier morning here at 4 a.m. Just something else to talk about as we get into a GBP pair here. This is a little bit later. This was at 16:24, so that'd be about 9:30 in the morning. You might have already had some of your breakfast, or you might be heating up your oatmeal or whatever it is, or making your smoothie at that point. But with this pair, it brings up a fair point to talk about how some of these trades are moving at 2, 3, even 1 in the morning for me, New York time. So if you can wake up even earlier, depending on where you're located in the world, I know we have people all over the world on our team and here on YouTube. Depending on where you are in the world, you could wake up early still for your time zone and still find these moves. So don't get closed-minded into thinking that these are only, early morning New York trades. No, these trades happen in London. It's more often what I'm trying to get the point I'm trying to make with this is that I want it to be your morning before your breakfast. I want you to see that you can do this before you go to work, before you take the kids to school or daycare, whatever you got to do. You can find these trades. Here's another one. This is Euro NZD. I got stopped out on this one actually early in the morning. I was in at about 7:30, got stopped out, got back in by 9, and ended up making the money back. You can see when I took this picture, I was up 50 pips. It ripped. It was a really great trade. I was a little early on it, but I stayed patient, stayed focused, and I made my money back, as you can see here. Another trade, GBP NZD. This was a tough one for me. I got stopped on this one early, 32 pips, stayed focused, got it back here, and covered 31 and 18. So I got stopped on an entry right here, stayed focused, got back in. As you can see when I took this photo, it was up 30 pips. This trade, the first entry that stopped me out was at 14, so that's about 7 a.m. I was back in before 8 a.m. So within an hour, I was back in the trade, making my money back. Staying focused on it, staying committed to the process, and only taking good entry signals. But because it represented, I was able to get back in quickly and make the money back again before breakfast. This is GBP NZD going back now August 27th, just to show you again, this is 13:04. So now that's about 6:04 in the morning. You can see 3 positions, 24, 20, and then the last little bit was stopped in profit as it came back down for about 4 pips. But this was a trade that happened at 6 a.m. So you can see it's 4 a.m., it's 5 a.m., it's 6 a.m., it's all over the place. Here, this had a position in at 12:53, so that'd be 5:53. Then we added to this at 6:48. So you can see it was early, but it also came back an hour later. So you don't even have to be up super early. So now we've gone through a bunch of examples. You get the point, right? I showed you some winners. I showed you some losers. I showed you that they do present early in the morning. So what you need to keep in mind are just a couple things. Number one, like I said, back to the percentages. Risk reward is the most important piece of our analysis. No matter what trade, market, asset we're looking at, risk reward is everything. So keeping that at the forefront of our mind, you can take it a step deeper and think that you want to make sure you're winning way more than you're losing. So compounding your wins is really, in my opinion, and what I've seen it work for other traders best, the quickest way to grow your small account. It does. For new traders, compounding your wins, adding win after win after win after win, not taking 6 losses to find 4 wins, that's not going to work. You want to win 7 or 8 out of 10 trades that you take in your first year or two as a trader. You could do those losing strategies, I think, if you get good. It takes a lot of mental fortitude to not give up after you lose 8 trades in a row. Seriously. And lastly, the thing you want to keep in mind, again, with your risk reward and with the fact that you want to add up your wins, is that these formations present at all times of day. I said this before. Don't get narrow-minded into the title of this video to think about it, oh, it's only before Austin's breakfast. No, I really mean it. Before your breakfast. You can make $100 to $1,000 before breakfast hitting these trades. You saw 430, 530, 630. They're going 30 pips, 20 pips, 50 pips, 19 pips. And you, now after I showed you the math in the beginning, should be able to convert for your account how much money that would be. I've got guys in our room that are 7-figure traders, 8-figure traders, right? Their lot size is a lot different than the guy that just signed up with me last Tuesday. So I don't talk too heavily on that or on the money because I know everybody's situation is individual. I know we're focused more here on a process. So I want you to do that math for yourself and understand how much money you really should have in your account to pull the kind of dollars that you want to pull out of it. And that should be the last thing that you think about. What I think is the most proper order to take this forward and apply this, like I just said above us, how do you hit trades like this? You first look at risk reward. You weigh that risk reward properly. You figure out how many dollars you need to risk at that risk reward. Okay, I can only risk 200 because it's X percentage of my account. Okay, that's my dollar risk. That's where my stop is. Then figure out your potential reward and don't even look at the dollars. Just look at the potential reward as far as a ratio to the risk. And if you can find good risk reward opportunities, the money does not even matter. Once you find a good process, the money will not even matter. So the 3 things that you should be doing to hit trades like this: follow a proven and repeatable system. Like I just said, follow a process, put the money aside. Part of your process should be to have an easy to follow routine, like I did today. Wake up when you want, trade, or I mean, not everybody has that luxury, I'll be honest, but again, for me, I've worked hard, so I deserve it. You wake up when you want, trade, go to the gym, come back, do these videos that I like to make and help you guys educate the trading community. So follow your easy routine, and then on top of everything, you can't force these trades. Plan and react, don't try to predict. So when we talk about, I'm going to catch a trade before breakfast, I'm going to go make 50 pips on a standard, and I'm going to go make $500. When you talk about it like that, that's kind of like trying to manifest it almost. That's fine. When you try to tell me like, oh, there's news tomorrow, I'm going to sell it now because of that news, you're predicting, you're forecasting some news event that you don't even know the outcome to. So the point here is to just plan your trades, follow that routine, and follow the system. Show up every day, ready to execute at to your best ability. And that's all that you can do. So when we talk about how do we make money before breakfast, how do we make money before we go to work, how do we make money before we take the kids to school, it starts with a process, it starts with a routine, and it starts with not forcing these trades, letting them come to you once you have that system under your belt, once you start to learn that proper system like we teach with our course. So we've got guys all over the world that are working in a full-time job. We've got guys in Wyoming, we've got guys in Guam, Singapore, UK, Australia, New Zealand, literally all over the world. I am so grateful for that. All trading at different times of the day, all figuring out a way to make money before breakfast. So I challenge you in this video, if you watch this far, drop a comment, let me know, say, yo, I watched this far, you're part of the OG. We need a group of people that only watch till the end of the video. So if anybody thinks of a cool name for the people that watch till the end, drop the comment and I'll make sure that we band up and we'll have our little end of video chats. You know what I mean? The people that watch all the way through. But the point being, if you're trying to make money before breakfast, there's people doing it with our system all around the world. You need the system, you need the routine, and you can't force the trades. If there's a day where there's no trading and you got to go to work, you got to take the kids, go. Don't force those trades. Let them come to you within your system. So I hope this video provided, a new perspective on some things. I'm hoping that it brings more awareness to these issues that I see a lot of new traders falling into. And I'm hoping that you can now be motivated because you've seen 10 examples right there in the last month of trades that I'm hitting before most people go to work. That means you could be taking advantage of them too. Part-time with a small account, growing it slowly. You've seen the other video I would hope from me where I talk about treating your trading account like a savings account, right? I'd hope you've seen that. If not, I'll link it up here. It's so true. You should be pumping money into this account and actively trading it every day. I don't care if you have another job. I don't care if you have commitments to other things. If you want it, if you're here in my family and on this team with the ASFX system, if you want it, You will not make excuses and you will go get it. So I challenge you to do that. I challenge you to wake up early and make some money before you eat breakfast. Let me know how it goes for you. If you have any questions on my system and you want to start applying that before you go to work, before you take the kids to school, before your breakfast, let me know. You can get in contact with me in the description below. There's a ton of links and resources to reach me. And like I said, guys, as always, make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss any of the future content. I really appreciate you being here, and I hope this video provided some insight and awareness to this perspective, to making $100 to $1,000 every day before breakfast. So good luck with your trading. Let me know if you need me. Drop a comment below, and I'll see you guys in the next video.